What's going on? Oh shit, I forgot to change stream. Oh wait, no English voice acting. But Snow is here.
再送機が間もなく訪れます。しかし本当にそうでしょうか。最近イルシオンの景色がまぶたの裏をよぎる。
最後の
一人になったとしても再創生の偉業を成し遂げてください。
新世界は必ず訪れる。黎明を灯す。
Damn.
星々を燃やし尽くす。諸行をもたらそう。第1回ピロゴニ聖杯戦争開幕。と、
Oh,
あなたが
right.
私のマスターか。
I was about to say, I was literally about to say, like, what are we doing back in Pinnacle there? But, right. Now I get it.
あらゆる邪悪を打ち滅ぼせ。セイバー。汝は開白の黎明が訪れるまで灼熱の太陽を背負い続ける。
死者を花から呼び出して殺し合わせて勝者が全てを手に入れるのか。行かなくちゃいけない。背負わないといけないんだ。
キノコ人の伝説はあれど永遠はいないと。
お任せを。
私見ました。壊滅。これにて完成。宝石の余震をもって。
Final looks really good here. Redemption code? Yeah. I wish they did more like fun codes. I think Genshin and CCC does it. FTJ6C VTULSXP. Wish they did more fun codes though. Okay, are we ready? I am excited. Oh, an access here.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello.
Albert.
Are you gonna? I was wondering whether they were gonna have voice acting, but I guess they do. So wait, why was it trailer in JP then?
To the version 3.4 for the sun is set to die.
Wait, why was the trailer in JP?
I'm your most beloved host, Albert.
Dude,
Rebooting really does
the
solve
bit
all
in my
problems.
bug, bruv.
Now we can introduce ourselves.
Look at it.
Hi,
It's so
everyone.
red.
I'm Finan. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Wait, look at the Dormas icon.
I'm Anaxagoras.
Stephen Fu.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Oh, of course we missed you. Well,
Man.
then, guess, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story in the last version left off had my heart racing.
The burning sky.
The
and
burning
fall
sky.
Of dawn. Akuma was the last place under Kefali's protection, but
Yes.
now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosair companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Finan, so they could return the very last core flame to the vortex of Genesis.
We already found out the truth, so what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Finan is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to reveal itself.
Oh.
Everyone can already tell that all
Surely
that's happened
Final
in
has to be like
Emporis is not as simple as it
mega
seems.
good.
Indeed. For example, when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphoris
What?
and lay out our suspicions and clues we have.
Wait,
First,
are we gonna have a
at the end
recap?
of the 3.3 story,
Sorry, I'm charging my
geniuses
phone.
reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy is an Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
Oh.
It has something to do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it?
Erudition
Even
god.
though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground.
Sorry,
which switched
I'm
from
so
following the
distracted
path
by
of
the dormouse.
erudition to the path of
I'm sorry,
destruction,
I'm so
must
distracted.
be hiding secrets beyond Aranova.
He's just chomping away.
In addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious. He and Finan had a pretty significant conversation in the Vortex of Genesis.
Wait, it's an axe?
Actually, I was
Wait, why is an
already
axe
suspicious
here,
of
by the
him
way?
when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back
Because
home.
I assume that
Well, the
it's
mask's
gonna.
coming
So
off
is it
now.
an axe a
Based on my
rerun?
interactions with him, Lygus doesn't seem
No.
to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather,
It's gonna be
he only wishes to
Snowy
quietly
or
observe
Finan
everything
and
as it unfolds.
a rerun,
Could it
and
be
then
that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see?
the other is like the
That
saber.
title, Theoros, does mean
Archer.
spectator. If we combine this information with what we know about the relationship between the scepter and paths, maybe Amphorius is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world, and Lygus is one of them.
Oh, you're exactly right. If the situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess, then Amphoris is a trap to set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The hero's Aranova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Aranova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphorius. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Aranova.
As someone from beyond
But trust
the
me,
sky,
bro, if we
they
could
already
leave,
risked
we
a lot
would.
by taking on a demigod's divine authority.
But I can't
If
leave.
something were to happen in the Aranova,
No, we can't let them stay. They have to listen to Finan and go home.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity you've shown them. However, their fate will still be tied to that of Amphorius. They'll be returning to the
Never
battlefield
say
with
never
a
on
very
that.
important mission.
On the other hand, I suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Finan. That
Oh,
Finan we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story? Why was his name hidden?
Well, maybe that Finan isn't the one we're all familiar with.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. But I'll leave these
What?
specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4. I've actually got some other information to reveal to you.
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version.
what?
In these records that we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphorius'
why is
true
it-
nature.
Before, As I've Written was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends'
Oh,
stories. Now,
This.
even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
it looks like it's turned into
Oh
some
my
kind
fucking
of
god, my
database.
You can use this system to unlock even more of Amphorius' secrets.
Never mind, I'm not charging my
That's
phone
right.
then.
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live in version 3.4. Story dialogue can now be skipped by section, with plot summaries and the main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way. Now you can choose the pace of storytelling based on your own preferences. In version 3.6, there'll also be a story recap function. Stay tuned!
Didn't we all
But of
already
course,
have that?
As we move into version 3.4,
Wait, did we
shall
not
take the
already have the
final step
recap?
of the prophecy together.
Am I crazy?
And witness
I swear
the
we
truth
did.
and the fate of this world. And the myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2
What?
preview is finally going live soon.
Fable about the stars
You mean what's
part
happening
2.
beyond the sky? Is it also related to
So
Amphorius and
Nanook is here?
Aranova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here, but I can give you a little teaser. This short will come with its own original theme song. So don't miss it.
Awesome. Nice.
I can't wait to dive into the new story already.
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Viden and take a look at his story together.
Finally. But he is physical though. Whoa. Whoa. Transformation? Whoa. What the fuck? Wait, they can summon meteors now? What in... Will he become a boss? What the fuck just happened?
What in the world happened to Fine
Yeah.
to make him change this much?
Bro got
This is
4
nothing
ults in
the
like
warm,
one, what the
sunny
fuck?
person we all know. Now he seems strange and formidable.
Oh, could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Finan was one of the first Chrysos heirs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finan carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism, and allowing Finan to step up and rally the people.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all of us have high hopes for him. Some even call him the Deliverer of Amphorius.
Uh-huh.
Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone
Well,
just
she won't be
assumes
showing
that
her
he'll
face
be a
either because she
savior.
killed her
I'm
off.
curious. What was Finan like before he joined the Flame Chase journey?
Can't believe
Was he one of
I
those
still can't
furry
believe
kids
Cypher
everyone can
died that
compare to?
fast.
Before the
I thought
Flame
she
Chase
would
journey,
survive at least one more
Guess
patch.
we've got to go back to my
But I
hometown,
guess not.
Ides Elysiae. It was a small, remote
I can
village.
see the bug.
Nothing flashy, but far away from the chaos.
Ooh, sounds like a real peaceful place.
It was. And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and mountains, and even a forest. That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We
Uh-huh.
pretended to be heroes from the old stories and practiced our,
There's a
swordsmanship.
bug.
When we got tired, we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields look gorgeous too. Lying there, surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore Ides Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Finan's past, how he became a warrior, joined the Flame Chase, and grew into the
Okay.
person he is today.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes. You've
Yeah.
really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted, just to live up to everyone's expectations.
Amphoris needed a hero, so he became
Why
one.
did I
The
hear?
Chrysos heirs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Finen's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. The deepest truths of Amphoris are about to come to light. What trials lie ahead, and what choices will Finen make?
A hero's journey is never easy. But if the will in your heart is strong enough,
The chimeras are
no
multiplying,
fire
by
can
the
burn
way.
you out. If anything, every trial is just a forge for an even brighter soul. I am more than ready.
Well said. Then, let's let everyone experience it all themselves in version 3.4. Now let's take a look at how Finen performs in battle.
Okay,
You got
finally.
it. I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows. When using my skill, I'll deal damage to one designated
Oh
enemy
no,
and
he's-
adjacent targets.
He doesn't
The
have
use of my
energy
skill
either.
also grants me core
Wait, by
flames.
the way, can you see?
Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Finen can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Finen will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Finen powers up massively. Teammates temporarily retreat
Oh.
and can't take action, while he faces the enemy head-on with newfound strength.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
No worries. All the talents and buffs from Finen's teammates
What
still
the
stay active
hell?
to provide him with much-needed support.
Exactly. After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: Creation, Calamity, and Foundation, each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. Calling upon the power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Okay.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the
What?
consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up, Finen will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Finen's technique is
Okay.
pretty unique too. Upon casting it, Finen instantly strikes all enemies
That's
in
cool.
a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even triggering a battle.
Wait,
Okay.
all enemies? That's nuts.
Of course, power comes with a cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
If the technique misses, it won't cost any points. Plus, when Finen's in the team,
So this
the
is-
technique point cap goes up by 3.
Wait,
When I use my
what?
technique to enter combat, I'll
You can
also
have
regenerate
8?
energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
Oh, I see.
Alright. Now that
Okay.
we've wrapped up Finen's combat abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version 3.4, Silverwolf, Blade, Kafka, and Jing Liu are all getting some serious enhancements.
Okay.
Let's go!
Happening!
Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start with Silverwolf. After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Ooh.
So it's AoE now, not single target.
Exactly. Meanwhile,
Okay.
she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup.
Okay.
On top of that, Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier to apply the weakness we actually want.
Next up,
Okay, very good, very good.
after the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack. After unlocking certain traces, the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically, Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
And now for Blade.
Okay, that's very good.
After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change
Okay.
will happen to Jing Liu as well. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the Spectral Transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That means the Spectral Transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades. But with all these ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits, making sure everything stays in sync.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes freely, so choose whichever version you like best. For more details, be sure to keep an eye out for official
Very cool, very cool.
Sounds good.
Aside
That's
from
what I'm talking
the
about.
reworks, one more old friend of ours is getting something new
Maybe I can
this
use
time
Kafka
around.
now, guys.
Oh, who is it?
In version 3.4, Firefly's brand new outfit, Spring Missive, is making its debut.
What?
A new
Look
outfit.
at that.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
Firefly is getting a skin. Does it affect Sam too? It does. Does it?
With her school uniform on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever. And that firefly-shaped brooch on her chest, you can tell she put a lot of thought into picking it out.
That's very
Maybe
cute.
she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow Stellaron hunters.
Well, Miss Kafka does have an eye for style. They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You
Yeah.
think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Oh, totally possible. If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New themes, new
True.
colors. The whole look has to be consistent. You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric shards.
Okay.
And again, please stay tuned for further details and future official announcements.
Okay.
Next, let's take
Whoa.
a look at this version.
Wait, Finest
canon.
Light Cone is
In
so
version
cool. What the hell?
3.4's first half warp event, Trailblazers
There's
can
still
acquire
no
the limited
DDD.
5-star character Finest, and the limited 5-star light cone, thus burns the dawn, will have a booster
Cyrene
drop.
has a light cone.
Also, a brand new 4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance. The story's next page is
Okay.
being added to the first half banner. At the same time,
Oh, trippy.
we'll also kick off a special warp event. The limited 5-star characters, Treevy, Sunday, and Sparkle are coming back.
Oh,
Plus,
there's
5-star
multiple
light cones,
ones.
It's time where a flower, a grounded ascent, and earthly escapade will return as well. In the
Okay.
second half of version 3.4, we've got another round of special warp events.
Still
The
no
5-star
DDD.
characters,
Firefly,
Blue,
okay.
and Blade will be back along with the limited 5-star light cones. Whereabouts your dreams rest, I shall be my own sword and the unreachable side.
Two of our newly buffed old friends are making a comeback.
But
in
Blade
this
is
version.
standard banner
They're
now.
Kafka and Silverwolf.
Here's a little sneak peek. Limited 5-star characters, Kafka and Silver Wolf, will be back in version 3.5. And the limited 5-star light cones, Patience is All You Need, and Incessant
Okay,
Rain,
Silverwolf and
rerun as
Kafka
well.
confirmed the rerun next patch, I guess.
Also, 8 new 4-star light cones will be added to the Nameless Honor rewards.
Almighty!
3.4.
Look at Fine and Hyacinth.
I see quite a few familiar faces on the
Oh.
light cones. There are a few mini versions of Chrysos heirs.
Oh wait, what
Looks
happened to
like Finan
Ika?
really does enjoy spending his days in the wheat
Is that a
fields.
Kawasha?
Nature's mattress.
It
Can't beat
is.
that level of comfort.
Oh,
For sure.
All right,
Tribios?
let's take a quick break. There's still more version 3.4
Cypher.
content coming your way.
Damn. Dun, 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 dun. But why is Finan? He has 3 abilities. He has. Bro, like, what the fuck? What's going on? Wait, by the way, where is. Wait, how are we gonna be able to obtain. Saber then? They didn't mention Saber in the wishing. So, are you just gonna be able to buy Saber, or like, what's going on? Like, what's actually going on there? I thought you were gonna, or maybe they just haven't announced that yet. Probably not. Because they announced Tribi, no, they're probably gonna announce Saber and Archer next, and the triple rerun of, was it Firefly, Blade, Jingliu is like the 3 reruns they're running. So yeah, that's probably gonna be.
Let's take a look at the events in this version. A piece of good news comes from Penacony at the other end of the cosmos. Origami
Oh,
Bird
we're
Class
going
is
back.
about to return in version 3.4.
Is that the Cute Match 3 game?
That's right! The International Peace Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Pentagonian flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course! This time, the 2 players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate 4 or more fruits to form bombs and obtain extra moves.
You can also get extra moves when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed to deal with those?
Not to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in battle. For example, Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more powerful.
As long as you pick the right item at the right time, you can turn the tide and deliver a powerful blow to your opponent.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
Uto.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating in story challenges, Trailblazers can also do open challenges with friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game mode.
We're
Oh.
done slamming seals. Now it's time for slamming paper birds.
All right, let us continue with more version content. Our old friend Gift of Odyssey returns
Yay!
as usual in version 3.4.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Nice.
The Planar Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return.
Nice.
Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
Very nice.
In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow,
Oh,
Shape
no.
of Cinders will also come online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
Wind characters.
At the same time, the planar ornaments, Arcadia
Wait,
of
is that
Woven
mem?
Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the
Another new
Divergent
setup.
universe.
Ah, why did my seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual Hoyo Fest Off-White exhibition will begin in July. This
Okay.
year's event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in core cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise.
Wow,
follow our
me who
official
lives on the
channels for
other
details
side
about
of the
the events
world.
and tickets.
Wow,
In addition,
I'm so happy.
Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July. Come visit the Star Rail booth and claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be held at Anime Expo, featuring several special guests.
Wait, Trash
Please
Taste is
keep
gonna
an
be
eye
there.
out for more info and official announcements. See you at Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
You seem mighty busy, Owlbert.
Well, I am a professional super host.
Oh,
What's going on?
Oh, goodness, Albert.
Hey, what's going on?
is this gonna be the Fate
Not my
thingy?
time yet?
I think so, right? Yeah.
Whether or not your world has the concept of a holy grail.
Adventure in
Welcome
a
to the live
boot tail?
stage of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab special program.
Wait, they have
long
two
time
special
no see,
programs?
everyone. I'm aventuring from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
Wait, why didn't Gay...
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill, at your service.
Oh, did they? I thought they would get like one of Archer and Saber to do it, but... Oh, well, okay.
To be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
Son of a gun. Ah, that's funny.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead. That
The
sounds nice.
Well,
center.
presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail.
You know what? It's kinda weird though.
Sweet dreams
Is that we're
and the
supposed to be
Holy
stuck
Grail War.
on Amphorius
Sounds
and
like
we
the
just
Holy
like,
Grail War
well,
is
let's
taking
just
place
return
in
to
the Sweet
Penacony for a
Dreams.
story, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah,
But
what the fuck?
I have no
Wait,
idea
what the
where
fuck?
old Odie got his Holy Grail from.
What's
Let me
happening?
give a brief explanation.
I
of
swear we
everything
were
here.
just stuck.
It's said that the Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that can manifest any miracle. And the Holy Grail War is a
Miracle.
mage-craft ritual for obtaining
Yeah,
that
I
power.
need a
As long as you
miracle.
win in the brutal contest
Miracle.
of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That dadgum Wubba Boot Charmony Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony
Sure.
prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they going to attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely going to want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival.
I see.
Therefore, returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers. I bet old Odie is thinking of the same thing.
This Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants. And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed. Bullets don't discriminate.
What?
So, someone gets caught
People
in the crossfire.
die if they're
Rest assured,
killed.
everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate and watch in peace.
All right, all right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacone Superstar, the Soul Glad.
Oh, the shows. Oh, never mind, both of them.
Be participating.
Oh,
Both
so,
Kalos and Stell
Trailblazer will
were
be
there. I
taking
thought,
part in another
I was gonna say like,
That's
oh,
right.
interesting shows
In addition,
Kalos.
Miss Robin
But both of
will
them.
also be a
Oh,
part of this war.
As
Robin.
another Penaconian shareholder,
Oh.
the Interastral Peace Corporation's Strategic Investment Department sent me as their representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boodle will also participate in this Holy Grail War.
Actually, I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Booty
Looks
Hill.
like Mr. Boodle really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Yeah,
Of
where's Rin
course.
and Ishtar?
Apart from local Penaconian heroic
Where?
spirits, 3 very
Don't go this guy.
well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War.
Saber?
They are respectively Saber, Archer, and Lancer.
Lancer?
That's what I'm talking about. I wonder which heroic spirit will end up accepting a contract with the Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now
Oh.
we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in
Okay.
the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War, and who will forge a contract with who, Trailblazers will have to find out in the game. Here's a reminder that the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance. Sweet Dreams.
Wait, this
and the
I
Holy
just
Grail
realized.
will
I thought it was
officially
just
start
Fate,
on
but
July
Unlimited Blade
11th.
Works is
So keep an eye out
is
for it.
Ishtar Rin in that? Because I have never
Let's
watched
learn more
Fate.
about Saber and Archer.
I thought it was
Our
just
two
Fate,
heroic
but
spirits
it's Fate Stay
from
Night
another world.
Unlimited Blade
Oh,
Works.
yes!
Saber's dress
Oh,
seems
there is
a
no
little
English voice actor.
different from usual now that she's arrived.
Never
in
mind.
Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
I thought she would be
Exactly
imaginary.
right. The King of Knights' new
Like, I
outfit
knew she was
first
gonna be
designed
Win,
by Mr.
but,
Takashi Takeuchi. It retains her iconic
Initially, I
blue
thought
and
they
white
were gonna make her
And her
imaginary.
iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains
was
the
like,
nobility of a king.
Does
and
she
also
have like
emphasizes utility
some sort
or
of wind
warrior.
ability?
The
Or like,
lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, but the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As for how
British
she looks in
fashion?
the game,
Oi, bruv.
well,
You down here in Birmingham? Wait, she's eating a crepe? Boom.
いつでも出陣できます。燃え立て騎士の魂よ。
Is that her skin? Whoa. She's an invisible sword.
トライクエア。フス。カイバー。聖剣解放。
Well, butter my fudge and call me a biscuit. That Excalibur truly shows her
Biscuit.
strength as a king.
Oh, talk about fancy visuals.
And how come the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
That's right. You can't fight on an empty stomach.
Mhm.
Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character following the path of destruction.
She,
Saber
oh,
will
she
gain a
does
certain
use
amount of core resonance
energy,
when she
okay.
enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also more core resonances after entering battle. When
Okay.
she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Okay.
In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are.
Trippy.
Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber
Okay.
obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold, the King of Knights has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into Enhanced Basic Attack. Her Enhanced Basic Attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of core resonance.
Okay.
Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy
So,
she can regenerate via
the
consuming
ultimate is
core
like two
exceeds
parts.
amount of
The
energy she needs to use her
initial
ultimate,
strike and
Saber
the
will
basic.
immediately take
Okay.
action.
So if you replenish
So
core
what she
resonance
is
in as many
basically a
ways as
better
possible,
blade.
You can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not only does this sword bear the
Okay,
King of Knights
okay.
past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. All right, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now
Okay.
we'll move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit, Archer.
Oh, seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail war very much. He put on a new outfit, too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the classic red and black look, the sharp contrasts reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
You got
Yeah.
that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
Uh-huh. You get him for free, right? Wait, the baseball bat? He can summon my baseball bat? That's cool.
I am the bone of my soul. Unlimited blade works.
Single target? Okay.
So that's unlimited blade works? Oh, quite impressive indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
I am the bone of my sword. That sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When
Well
he
done.
uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in close combat. That's pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection state, dealing damage to
Wait, I
one
just
designated
realized.
enemy. While in the circuit connection state,
Look at the
Archer's
amount of
turn
skill
will not
points.
end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Heads up, the more times you use his skill consecutively, the more damage Archer deals to enemies. After
Oh.
all, everyone knows that
So
a
you really wanna
dual-wielding
play him
fighter
with
who can't use
Sparkle,
the
huh?
noble Phantasm isn't a good archer. When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Okay.
In that case, there's no need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had
That's
to
very
use
good.
his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction. Now,
Okay,
I
looks
have
good.
big news for everyone. From when the collab event starts on July 11th and until the end of version 3.6, Trailblazers can log into
Oh, you
the
get
game
free
to
mats as
claim the
well?
limited 5-star collab character Archer for free!
Let's go.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome!
We hope that, under Archer's protection, every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will
I knew that we were gonna
open
get
the
him
dark
for free,
clouds and
but
become a
I didn't know
saga
about the
sung
mats.
throughout the cosmos.
Oh, that's very
We
nice.
also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful
I
memories.
like that.
for
I like
days to
that.
come.
Oh, yeah! How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more. Later this year,
Are they gonna have light
Trailblazers
cones?
will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free.
Oh, awesome!
Eh?
But let's keep our eyes on the present for now. I'm not quite done yet. Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow,
Very nice.
How thoughtful.
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters to level up after all.
All right, let's check out the banner details. Once the
Ooh.
collab starts on July
Oh, there it
11th,
is.
Trailblazers
Birth of a
can use
King.
Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone
Whoa.
collaboration warp,
Archer's
Trailblazers
light
can get
cones
the
are really
limited
cool.
5-star Light Cone, a Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star Light Cone, the Hell Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners.
Okay.
But neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
Okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long term after the event starts.
Does long term mean even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Lycones?
Exactly. These
Whoa,
collab banners
okay.
will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Oh, nice!
And here's one more piece of news for you all. Throughout the entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event starts, when Trailblazers spend a designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star Light Cone, the Hell Where Ideals Burn.
Okay, so
Throughout all of version
if you wish
3.4?
200 times,
In other words,
you get a
after
free
the
light
3.4
cone.
update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Finan or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay.
Oh, yeah!
And now,
Okay,
as the
that's cool.
collab kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of us. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to hear their special messages.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。
Oh,
セーバー役のカスメア
oh,
コです。
there's no
東
subs.
海スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催ということで、
Oh,
私
never
も
mind,
とても
there's
ワクワク
subs
していま
here.
す。この2つの作品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。収録中はフェイトとスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました。あまり多くは話せないのですが、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのように信念と理想を貫いていくのか、ぜひお楽しみください。このコラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。星々と聖杯が交わる旅の中で、あなただけの熱い思いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に、開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります。
Yeah?
赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。 崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように再定義していくのか、その行方をぜひ見届けてください。収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
All right. Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nazu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation. And thank you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Y'all are much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze of Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Oh, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War tournament, the genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past striders through the user's memories. So in Fate Stay Night, Trailblazers will face off against many familiar and old friends in intense
Archer versus Assassin. Caster versus Rider.
Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits zero, you're out.
Is there a smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff. Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail.
Omega Long. You haven't even used tribute skill kick.
Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh?
Okay.
Well, I'm curious.
I guess
what role
that's
is the
cool.
Trailblazer playing this time?
I do like the combat events, to be fair, so I'm not gonna complain.
Kind of off. Forking hell.
Forking biscuits.
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level, the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much.
Dude.
After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength is toned down.
Ah, this way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly. The production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. Experience some epic battle action.
And score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblazer Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The two programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
Oh,
So much
yes.
content!
All right. Big thanks again to our two guests. That wraps up today's Fate Collab Update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part of the job. Anything for the Trailblazers.
Mm-hmm.
So Trailblazers, my honored masters, let's meet again in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
See you next
Bye.
time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Oh. Albert? Damn. Was that it? Yeah.